Glory, call the Line Card line at 888-501-4109. The first time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll free from East of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From West of the Rockies, toll free, call 800-618-8255. To reach George the Estate, use Skype name George 97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. From the gateway to the west, this is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
Next hour, Dr. Robert Farrell joins us with his latest work, The Science Behind Alien Encounters. Looking forward to that, and we'll be back in a moment with final calls with Matthew Landman as well. It's not too early to think about a Coast Insiders membership for the person you care about. It's only 15 cents a day.
I love being a Coast Insider. I travel a lot. I can always have my shows. I download them on my podcast and never miss a thing. And every show I learn at least one thing.
Hey, this is Buck. I'm a Coast to Coast Insider, and I'll tell you what, it's a great thing for me. Here in West Virginia, we get inundated with snow. But it doesn't matter as long as we have our provisions. I've got 5 years of coast-to-coast programs to play.
It'll make a great Christmas gift for you or somebody you care about. Again, 15 cents a day. Go to coasttocoastam.com. Right at the top of the homepage, it says Coast Insider. Click that, and you are in. If you're stressed these days, and a lot of people are, this will help you.
If you feel stressed, suffer from fatigue, moodier than usual, or would like to fall asleep easier and sleep more soundly while losing weight, do we have something for you? Accelerate and Elevate. I take Elevate Performance Supplement in the morning for energy and laser focus for work. Then before bed, I take Accelerate, weight management and sleep combo. And indeed, I now sleep soundly through the night. Plus I'm losing weight. It's amazing.
I've maybe gotten 4 to 5 hours of sleep max a night. I'm sleeping between 6 and 7. I wake up to use the bathroom, but I go right back to sleep, which has never happened before, which is pretty awesome.
I noticed a higher level of happiness. I also noticed that I wasn't taking naps. I had more energy. I was more in the moment with my kids. Like, we were laughing more. We were more excited. Every single person needs to feel this.
I lost 10 pounds and 5.5 inches off my waist, and I'm so proud of myself. It gives you energy. It helps you sleep better. It just works. I stand by it 100%.
I was on a handful of medications to help me sleep, to help me be happy, tons of therapy. When I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. I've lost some pounds, inches mainly. My family has me back.
Try Accelerate and Elevate, discounted for listeners to the show. Plus, further discounts with the George's Power Pack, including a free gift. Learn more and order now at healthylooking.com. That's healthylooking.com or 800-394-9930. So jump on the path now to all-day energy, better focus, better sleep, and weight loss with Accelerate and Elevate at healthylooking.com. That's healthylooking.com or 800-394-9930.
Let's talk about Birch Gold for a moment. They were very instrumental in getting me involved in gold and silver, and now they'd like you to get involved. You've got a contingency plan right for emergencies, or you need a contingency plan for your currency. Inflation is edging near 30-year highs with trillions in proposed added government spending. The president signed one today. It's looking to go higher. Protect your savings with something not tied to the U.S. dollar. Gold and silver with Birch Gold. They've got it, and they can get it directly to your door. When you text COAST to 989898 and purchase precious metals from Birch Gold by December 23rd, you'll get free silver for every $5,000 you buy. Birch Gold has an A-plus rating with the BVB. Thousands of happy customers as well. Simply text COAST to 989898 for your free, no-obligation info kit on diversifying your savings into gold and silver, and to claim your free silver with the purchase by December 23rd. Text COAST to 989898 and protect your savings today.
Want to learn a new language so it will actually stick? Try Babbel. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Get personalized help in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people, so everyone can get the help they need.
Review words and phrases with fun games, or dive into the culture with short videos. Whatever your learning style, Babbel gives you the tools you need. Babbel, more ways to learn. Now try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
There's confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, but one thing is for sure. Whether or not you're vaccinated, you need an accurate thermometer. Contact your medical provider at the first sign of fever, the leading sign of COVID and the flu. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Be vigilant and don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
And welcome back. Matthew Landman with us, our final segment. George Norrie here. Matt, how can people peruse your clothes again? Where can they find it?
Oh, thank you so much for asking.
Sure.
The website is Spero, which is a Latin word. It's Spero, S-P-E-R-O, SperoGear.com. And it's a wide range of silver-lined clothing and apparel and the foam bags. People are especially loving the blankets just to throw in your lap while you're on the wireless laptop or what have you. And for your listeners, I have a coupon code, Coast to Coast with the number 2. And then also I'm on Instagram, Spero Gear, same thing, S-P-E-R-O Gear on Instagram. And while I'm at it, check me out on Facebook, Matt Landman. I know all that stuff is the social media is dying with the censorship, but I'm still on there. Thanks for being a friend.
Okay, great. And through your actualactivist.com website, can they get to some of these other websites?
Definitely, yeah, that's like the hub, and in there you can find all sorts of information. Also, come on there and steal my memes, my health memes. Please share this information far and wide. I guarantee anybody listening, you go to actualactivist.com, even yourself, George, and I know you know so much, you can learn something.
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing that you've had so many different guests, and you've learned so much, and you're still at it. Way to be.
You can never learn too much. That's for sure. West of the Rockies, Maria's with us, Burbank, California. Hi, Maria.
Hello, George. I'm a new big fan of yours.
Well, thank you. Glad to have you with us.
So I have 2 comments, and I want your opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Comment number 1 is speaking about the signals affecting the human body, and there's a big push right now for these electric vehicles. So what's going to happen when all that electricity, magnetic energy, whatever, saturated? You know, I live in Burbank, California, fires, and we have rolling blackouts.
All right, let's use that one first, and then we'll come back to you for the second one, Maria. Go ahead, Matt. Electric vehicles.
Yeah, people have to learn more and more about grounding and what the electricity around them does to their bodies. I mean, all the way down to our cells and our neurosystem. I mean, everything. Our brain, our synapses in our brain. Everything is electrical. Everything is electricity. We need to learn about grounding and detoxing and what our bodies are. And it's like we pass the buck to the doctors and pass the buck to all these specialists. But at the end of the day, we need to embrace our own health and heal thyself. Healthy, heal thyself. I think the word healthy really just means heal thy, and it's you. You can empower yourself with it all. I reject all of it, and I think more and more we're going to have to move to the country as it unravels. I mean, that's just what I think, that as we embrace the information, we're going to have to just go places where it's not as dense. All in due time, and we'll create our own, tribe as it happens. You just have to let go, it seems, in some of these instances. If they came and built a 5G tower up front of my home, I would protest it, but then I would also embrace the truth and, get some lead-based paint and get some Sparrow silver clothing. But inevitably, I might have to move, I might actually have to move. And I think that the answer to some of these people's questions, and they don't want to hear it, is we may have to move to the communities that are more accepting of our ideologies and kind of start over from scratch and build our new world out of their new world order.
Let's go back for her second comment. Go ahead, Maria.
Well, the second comment is
I do believe that the mark of the devil is either a QR code or a barcode, but it's something that is visible. It's not like a tweeting chip. It's already on its way. You know, the groundwork. The groundwork is already set.
What do you think of the mark of the beast, Matthew?
I think that Maria is completely right, and this quick reference QR code is getting people to accept and normalize this slippery slope towards an AI social credit system that includes vaccines, passports. Okay, right now we have people social policing one another, which will easily transition to an AI social credit system where society will be exhausted by people policing one another. You know, nobody wants to always yell at me for having my face out. You know, they don't feel like that they have to do that. They want to pass it on, and eventually they'll crave the 5G AI monitoring technocratic dystopia. And yeah, the mark of the beast will be a freaking QR tattoo, I think, probably on people's foreheads at the end of the day, but first they'll put it on their wrist and, you know, try to be cool about it. But it's going to be a weird, trendy dystopia that we're entering, and so many of us are waking up as they lie right to our faces, and the falsehoods are in plain sight. They used to kind of shroud it. They used to, you know, mix in some truths and try to confuse us. Now it's like full steam. Either you accept the lies as fact, or you are resonating to a vibration of truth where your spiritual destiny lies, in my opinion. So it's going to be an interesting ride, and I can't wait for all those awesome people like Maria and yourself, George, to come on this vibration of truth and lead the way for everybody.
And hold on and don't fall out. Let's go east to the Rockies. Joe, Long Island, New York. Hi, Joseph.
I would have two questions. First one would be, it seems like there's a catch-22 to the 5G in terms of the Internet of Things, or having maybe trucks being able to ride on you know, all the way along the line on a remote highway and under the 5G. So in other words, do you need the 5G for the Internet of Things? That would be my first question.
Yes, you do, because the Internet of Things has everything connected across the board, and if you're going to have driverless cars, they need to know what they're doing at all times. I can't help but think, where are all these jobs going to go? I mean, if you start giving the jobs away to robots and you have self-driving trucks and whatnot, not only is it dangerous and a slippery slope, but don't these humans need jobs? I mean, come on.
Next up, Joe, let's go for your second.
Yeah, my second question would be, it relates to what I've heard about the vaccine recently. One was a depressing podcast, the Stu Peters Show podcast, had an Ariana Love on a couple of episodes back that said the J&J vaccine actually was found to have the Ebola virus from Stockholm researchers in the spike protein. It's inducing the AIDS virus, which could be sexually transmitted. And then there was a post on LifeSite News, which collects articles at LifeSite News, that said people are getting explosive cancer, tumors, cancer and non-cancer from all these vaccines right away. And it gave, you know, a few people. Now, like, tying with this is China. There's a theory that, or hypothesis, that China wants to take over America without destroying the infrastructure, buildings and roads. And they're behind fentanyl coming in from the borders, and between that and the vaccine, we'll lose most of our population, and they'll just come in and take over, and they'll have another, you know, be able to spread out there 2 billion people in the United States. What do you think of that theory?
Interesting thoughts. What do you think, Matt?
So my answer to that is, whenever I listen to something that's depressing and I get off of a show or whatever, and and I'm left in a place of disempowerment, I question the narrative no matter what it is. There's a lot of power in frequency, and the powers that be, they want us disempowered and confused, living falsehoods, spreading lies, and not getting the momentum from our peers, you know. And so the chemtrails and the 5G, it's very easy, and everything else, even the vaccines and the, you know, it's got the Ebola virus in it and all that stuff. It's very easy to confuse people and to get people upset. And in that, it's victimhood. It's so easy to stoke the victimhood psychology of the world, and then in that, people are not empowered, they're not on a vibration of truth, they're not doing anything about the attack on them, and I would question that narrative. Anytime I hear anything about 5G or chemtrails that just leaves people helpless and hopeless, it makes me question it. People come to me after seeing the movie Frankenstein, and they are empowered, they're so passionate, and they even say stuff like, I never would have seen these falsehoods with the COVID narrative or the global warming narrative or any of these things if I didn't see the light presented to me in the way that you did with Frankenstein, because the truth is empowering, and it's supposed to set you free. It may upset you, but it's supposed to lead you to a higher vibration and not leave you in a victimhood state, if that makes sense.
Let's go to Robert in Syracuse, New York. Hey, Robert.
Hello, George and Matt. It's
Hi there.
nice to speak to you both. And I'm a long-time listener from way back from Arkansas, and I'm one of the long-time listeners. So I have some background in certain of the subjects you're speaking of, satellite and environmental engineering and so forth. And my question is, actually, I have 3 points I'd like to have you give a brief comment on. And one is the nuclear plants, which I'm a survivor of 3 Mile Island. I was there when it broke down.
Oh, God.
And luckily returned, but many of the people, including engineers there, developed cancer after that. I was there right by the plants during the first 3 days, and I'm a semi-survivor, I guess you could say. But anyway, the other thing is, what about the nuclear plants around the country, around the world, as they affect the climate or as they affect our health? But also, there is, in Europe, we have the largest, we're losing a lot of our forests, which give oxygen into the air, in the United States and the Amazon rainforest and so forth, to these giant companies that are pelletizing the trees and sending boatloads of pellets over to Europe to soak and to fire their, electric generating plants. And they just put in another huge one, biggest in the world, in Mississippi plant. They have them also in North Carolina and in Georgia and so forth. And I'd like you to address whether or not these pellets are actually causing pollution and problems that they're supposed to be an alternative to coal and so forth, especially coal. But is there a comparison there that you can say, would they be worse than coal? Would they be better, or should they not be utilized in power generation as opposed to using some of our other alternatives, solar and so forth? And how, also, the other point would be the seals that you were swimming with, well, how are they being affected by the toxins and pollution that's in our oceans and that one floating plastic island?
Plastic island. Okay, let's get him in before we're out of time. Can you address the pellets question, Matthew? Well, Matthew's gone. He is not there, Tom. Matthew's gone. You need to call him back. Okay. In the minute that we have. So I guess we can't address the pellet situation. I don't think is causing any pollution. We have seen what has happened to the nuke power plants, to be sure. Fukushima, Chernobyl as well. It's been a disaster, to be sure. Let's go next to Lance in Los Angeles. Welcome to the show. Lance, you're on the air with us.
Hello, George. I love you guys, man. You guys are the best.
Thank you, sir.
You've helped my father, Don Blazes, and I get through a lot of hard times. He's the one that turned me onto this show, and he's got a whole segment for you guys about his mathematical proofs, his polygonal number functions, and he's even got some breaker music for you guys. I love my father. He's a great inspiration to me. He's the one that turned me onto your show.
That's great.
Yeah, I love you guys. You guys are great. You're really, George, I can't express enough how much you probably saved so many lives just being who you are. You're just a good man, and you're a searcher. You're a searcher for truth, and I can sense that. I can tell you firsthand that the afterlife is real. Emotions are real. Everything is real that you're searching for. Most of it. You know, and these chemical trails, this guy's pretty much onto it for the most degree. There are some things at the chemtrails. There's remote neural monitoring. I probably shouldn't even mention this stuff. I'll probably end up in some ditch somewhere. But
yeah, be careful. Be careful.
Hey, George. Yeah, I don't want to end up like Phil Snyder or whatever. But it's so much more advanced than we give it credit for. I mean, for the last 4 days, it was pure blue skies in my neighborhood in northern Los Angeles, California, and then all of a sudden they started spraying us today. And the minute I woke up, I went to the restroom and I could sense, I could smell. I felt like I was sniffing in. It wasn't a specific smell, but it felt like what do you call it? Static electricity going in my nose.
You can feel it. Just a spark. Yeah, we're almost out of time here, Robert. And Matthew, you're back, and I just wanted to thank you for being on the program. Keep in touch with us, all right?
I really appreciate it, and thank you so much, and I appreciate your listeners as well.
Matthew's websites are all linked up at coasttocoastam.com. Up next, Robert Farrell joins us. We are going to be talking about alien encounters.
Always on your phone? Then you'll be happy to know the Coast website is now optimized for mobile users. Just point your iPhone or Android browser to coasttocoastam.com and enjoy.
We survived winter in Siberia, my mother told me, by literally eating dirt. Hello, I'm John Akoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that, but dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to help, so we're bringing back our Hero Help program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay. But our most popular program was handing out canned goods. Rooter Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to rooterhero.com/herohelp for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-877 for a Rooter Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
Everybody needs a hero. RooterHero.com.
CL 102-8886.
This Thanksgiving, Sit and Sleep wants to prevent you from buying a real turkey, the wrong mattress. So come to Sit and Sleep Black Friday sale and get fitted for just the right mattress with our bed match technology. Save 50% off select series, Univers, and Kingstown, plus get $500 off Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. And with your good credit, get interest-free financing for 36 months with your minimum monthly payment. So this year, make sure the only turkey you buy is the one you eat, not the wrong mattress during Sit and Sleep's Black Friday sale.
Hey y'all, it's Dean Sharp. Blackouts have become a regular part of life here in California. A loss of power to your home can threaten your health or your safety. A loss of power to your business means